Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Tahir Moore.
And I'm Patrick Cloud.
And this is another episode of Damn Internet, You Scary.
Hey.
We have a very special guest in the house.
What's good? I'm Dariany Santana.
I thought Pat was going to introduce her.
Sorry,
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's good.
There was a pause.
It was a pause.
Okay.
No,
Sometimes we like to do dramatic pauses, like
Yeah, you throw you out there and see if you can swim. You can
that
swim.
right there. When I just pause right there. It's also a lot going on in the show. We kind of just do stuff like that to throw our guest off.
All right.
I apologize in advance.
Speaking of throwing our guest off, what's the genre for the days, guys? We got the Patreons in the chat right now.
I see bluegrass. I see gospel. I see yodeling. Wow.
Yodeling.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Sorry. I don't even know where that came from.
That was great. Somebody said Family Matters theme song.
crazy.
Obviously, they don't watch the show regularly.
I mean, I think Dari is down to yodel.
I see. Somebody put cointree. I think they were trying to say country, but they put
Cointree.
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 Yeah.
That's very cointree.
I'm seeing a lot of bluegrass. 3 thus far. Oh, 5 thus far.
I don't even really know how to do that. Bluegrass? Like, what would...
I feel like we need a banjo.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't...
Like, stuff like that?
I guess. I'm not very well versed in bluegrass, as surprising as that may seem.
What's your favorite genre?
Of music?
Mm-hmm.
I see drill, too.
Probably like salsa, because I'm Cuban, and that's just like the music of my people.
So how would a salsa beat go?
I don't know why I went to the Super Mario Brothers when time was running out, but I did.
I was like, that's definitely not it. That actually made me want to do like the Charleston. Like,
Charleston, the poodle skirt.
yeah, no, that's 50s. That's swing.
Oh my gosh.
You guys
You guys
should be better at genres of music if this is how you start each show.
Dariana, we're
saying.
not. You really
We
need to lower
guess.
the bar of
We
expectations
guess.
for us.
All right.
Oh, we guess.
All right.
So wait, is there a salsa beat that you want to give us?
Wait, well, it always starts with, but then you have to build on it. There's like instruments.
How do people sing on salsa tracks? I'm just trying to get some reference because I listen to no salsa.
Oh dear. I don't know. Like Mark Anthony. Like.
I got
Can't we
nothing.
just yodel? That feels easier.
Okay.
I feel like yodelers don't need
feel
a
like
lot of instruments. Don't need like heavy percussion. Like you need a whole salsa band to really do it justice. But a yodel.
We know less about yodeling though.
Yeah.
Do you want to just do like a tuba beat or something?
A tuba.
Wait. That was you.
But that's what it is. They're like, I can't. I don't know where this is coming from.
You know what?
I
Let's just go
promise
with
I've
it.
never yodeled
Let's just go
before.
with that because it works, and we're gonna go with yodeling, and we're gonna
fuck
do
it. You fuck up that tuba.
a tuba, and Pat's gonna kick it off, and Doriana's gonna jump in where she can. Here's the thing: we just rhyme internet.
Okay.
I mean, we just rhyme scary with as many things as we can. So we rhyme the title "Damn Internet, You're Scary" or "Internet, You're Scary" or however you want to do it with Mary, Harry, Very, Larry.
All right.
Anything that kind of goes in there. All right, so here we go with the Damn Internet You Scary theme song, the yodeling version accompanied by a tuba. Boom, 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 boom.
Yole, I'm standing here with Dari. Yole, damn internet, you scary.
It's scary. I'm with my dude. It's a show. It's on YouTube. It's on Patreon. It is great. It's great. And it probably won't be here for 2
Yole, I'm trying not to laugh. Yole, podcast. I was giving you. I thought you.
I am not going
take it
to
over
even
the beat.
attempt. No.
I was just taking it over the.
I just had nothing for that one. I thought you guys did a good enough job. That
We just all got into the tuba, and
I was like,
it
it was a tuba break. You know, you get the drum song, we gave the tuba song.
Yole podcast.
Y'all were riding the hell out of the beat so much I almost lost the beat. I was like, they are into this. Trap yodel would be hilarious.
Trap
Wait
yodel?
for it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
2021.
probably 2021
Trap yodel mixtape.
with the
Low key, I want
overalls.
to try trap yodeling right now. It's like somebody do the bump, that, and then we come in with a bass line. So I'll slow down a tuba,
Okay.
come in with a bass line,
Okay.
and then somebody got to rap.
In a yodel.
No.
sound?
I mean, you could put the yodel in there. Since you yodel the best, we're gonna slow it down. It's gonna be like if yodeling came from Texas and it was chopped and screwed.
Okay. So you want me to add the
drum,
the hip hop? Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna do the bump
Ready?
up. Okay.
And is
Get
it,
yourself 8 Mile.
Whew, this is gonna be tripping. All right. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom,
are you scary?
boom, boom, boom.
You thought it was a rap
boom,
on country? It's a
boom,
yodel.
boom, boom,
Yodeloo.
boom,
So
boom,
this
boom,
is what we about to
boom, 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 boom,
a show.
boom, boom,
We're
boom,
on a podcast and
Boom,
it's gonna
boom,
be great.
boom,
Okay,
boom,
for the
boom,
love of
boom.
God, this is
That was actually lit.
a lot.
It was a lot, but hey.
We just need a DJ to chop it up, play
Oh
Cardi
man,
style.
look at the comments.
I'm
Like, that's kind of fire. Bonus
I'm
track.
happy
Hey,
y'all are enjoying that. Listen,
Mike Will made it. all you needed was a. If Young Metro don't trust you, I'm a boom, 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 boom.
Producer tag. You're late on the beat. Gilroy on the beat.
just
Version
shout,
Smith.
I don't know who said yodeling, but shout out to whoever did because just a great job.
I think I don't know. It might have been Hippie Goes or somebody. It was early on when somebody said yodeling.
Well,
but-
thank you. Because
Yes, that was very much like Hamilton. Horrible. I'm so sick of people acting like Hamilton is tight.
I liked it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Here's the thing. I would not have watched it on my own. It was because of my family that I watched it. But when I watched it, I was like, yo, they spitting like a motherfucker on Hamilton.
It's like the whole gimmick is like, I know you're at a Broadway play, but we're rapping.
Right?
We're
right?
rapping. It's a musical, but we're rapping. Anyone? That's the whole show.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
I like the choreography. I like the rap. I like the story. I like the fact that even back then, motherfuckers was still getting caught up in that bullshit. He was still like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mama here changing the world. Oh, but these bitches though. She hella set him up, but still, these bitches though. You know what I mean? So I was like, I liked it. And shout out to the King. The King was my favorite part. He was my favorite character.
I actually talk all this trash and I didn't watch it.
Motherfucker.
Neither,
Did you?
neither did I, but
I
I
could
did.
tell.
I
We
did.
got to
Oh,
the same level of
y'all were
first of all,
trash.
If I wanted to watch it, I would have watched it in person. But do you know how hard it was to get tickets in person?
$700 is what my mom was going to spend.
Good
on
night,
tickets.
Merry Christmas.
serious?
I'm
Yes.
good. Thank you very
Those
much.
tickets were so. I think my mom was looking for tickets for me, and I was like, "Yo, I don't even like musicals like that." She was like, "Okay, good," because the lowest I found was like $400, and those were not close. $400
Yeah.
Was not close.
That was not close.
Nosebleeds.
Bro, Hamilton got
that's what I'm saying, but I think
bread.
I haven't watched it.
And not only that, do you know how much money they had to get for that acquisition with Disney? And well, like for them to be able to, licensing, not acquisition, the licensing for Disney to play it, and
they're on
then
Disney Plus right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't,
Oh, I
that's
didn't
how I watched it, Disney Plus, and then
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's
the
how
the
most
narrator,
people watched it.
the black guy that narrated it, they weren't trying to pay him, so he was like, "Well, I'm not gonna do it." He's like, "You gonna pay me how you pay my counterpart, so I'm not gonna do it." So they had to cough up that bread because at first they weren't trying to pay him like that.
Shout out to him.
Facts.
That's dope. That's a lot for a ticket. $700.
and people
Yes.
were paying it.
That was out here though. I'm sure it was like here.
Nah, in New York,
Yeah, I was
tickets
gonna say here in New York, the big cities, it was
the only way that you could even go was they were doing like a lottery at a certain point.
Yeah.
And they would pick tickets because it was.
yes.
Won the
it'd be
lottery, you still had to pay full price.
No. I think it was like half or something. It was like heavily discounted, but
Yeah, that's what-
I think there was a lot of complaints because it was like, bruh, this is literally with people of color, and people of color can't fucking afford to go. It was all just like really, really rich white people
Yeah.
that were in the show, and we're like,
Yeah.
for real?
Yeah,
So-
that was.
It was a bit of a scandal.
It was, but I'm glad I got to see it because I musicals are not my thing. Crazy
Oh,
enough.
I fucks with musicals.
I fell
Oh,
asleep
I
on
do.
Lion King. I fell asleep on
You
Aladdin.
fell asleep during the
Lion King the musical?
I
Nah, you
fell
wrong
asleep.
for that.
Oh, that was,
Nope.
that's like the
Nope.
musical for people who don't like music.
Bruh,
Guess
you
what I was
fell
doing?
asleep?
Z.
Nah,
I watched like the first hour, but like after the intermission, I was like, ah.
Oh no.
I always wanted to see like behind the
You didn't
scenes.
see it?
No, I always wanted to see like behind the scenes of Lion King. If any of the animals, like background animals, didn't like each other, because like imagine seeing a scrap between those dudes that have like the giraffe stilts.
Yeah.
That'd be hard. It'd be like a wildlife fight and a world star fight in one.
2 in 1. That's beautiful.
It's pretty
I don't think
beautiful,
that they
right?
would fight while they still have the costume on, though, Pat.
But you know how like
Let
theater
me take off the giraffe
theater
head.
people be all extra and
They do be hella extra.
and
That is
dramatic.
true.
Like I feel like
theater people will challenge you to a duel. Like they'll take a glove off and slap you in your face. They'll be like, motherfucker, let's go outside. No, I challenge you to a duel.
You
And then
right.
slap you with the glove. Like, bitch, I'm finna shoot you. You can't just slap me with no glove. It's COVID.
Yeah, I'm never. I don't even know if there is an artist that I would pay $700 for a ticket. Is there somebody that you guys would?
If people who have already died could come back, I would.
If
700?
I'll pay $700 for a live performance. Like
If
that.
you told me Michael Jackson
Yeah.
came
That's
from the
probably the only
grave,
person.
$650.
That's it. That's your bro. He's gonna be doing the moonwalk probably on air. Oh, I got to see that.
Yeah.
The moonwalk is cold by itself on the ground. Imagine a dead Michael Jackson
Yeah.
floating, doing them, and then he gonna do the lean. And now he can really do the smooth
All
criminal
the way,
lean,
all the way. So he's just like on the
like
floor,
right
and
here.
then-
He's 2 inches from the street, from the floor, and then come back. What? Hell yeah! I'm dropping 7 for
Michael's
that.
the only one. Other than that,
I saw Prince live when he was at the Forum, and he did like 30 days at the concert at the Forum. I saw that. That was
that's
dope as
amazing.
hell.
That's amazing.
Who was at that show? Holly Berry was at that show. He called Holly Berry on stage, and he was like, "Holly Berry, dance!" And Holly Berry was like,
Oh,
Because
how
Sheila
dare
E. was
actually danced.
Sheila E. was a special guest. Like every weekend, he had a different special guest, and that was the weekend Sheila E. was a special guest. She was playing the drums.
Sheila E. is a drummer.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy her. I enjoy her quite a lot. I don't know what I said. Quite a lot.
what, Rob?
I enjoy her quite right. Yes, I did.
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Would you pay
Pirate from
$700
Britain?
to see Biggie and Pac live on stage together?
I'd pay. Okay, I take it back. I would pay like a rack to see Michael Jackson back from the dead.
Yeah, don't
And-
play.
For sure. But that's literally it.
Yeah. I would be like, I'll catch the next one.
Yeah.
I'll catch the next resurrection.
I'm too cheap for that.
Yeah, I'd pay to see Biggie and Pac live in concert with Prince conducting the musical selection. Like he's conducting the band. They doing all their songs live in the band. California love.
There's gotta be a ultimate
ultimate
dead person concert. Like
Ultimate dead person.
who's like the
Coming
ultimate
2021.
entertainer that would be I feel like it might be
Well,
Michael
like
Jackson.
headlining, it's obviously MJ.
But is there anybody that like even further that would be
Elvis!
crazy?
Nah, I would never
I
pay to
hate
see
Elvis.
I'd never
Fine,
pay.
whatever.
But I would pay to see James Brown.
You like Elvis?
I know that I like him, but I mean, if you're talking about ultimate dead
Nah,
people
I'm
that
good.
are musicians,
Now that we know the truth about Elvis, I like how he stole so many songs.
Of
and
course.
The
of
cultural
course.
appropriation. No, I wouldn't pay for that.
And he died on the toilet.
Yeah, I would pay to see. And you know what's crazy? He
did.
had what I had, but he had it like in advance.
Heart
Oh,
stuff,
whoa!
what do
The,
you
Yeah.
the stomach thing?
Yeah, the stomach thing.
Oh, yikes!
Wait,
Yeah.
what? I thought he died from like it was like not an aneurysm or something or a heart thingy.
It was a couple things they said he
thought it
had
was
like
a heart
complications for, but he has like I think like a bowel infection too, like diverticulitis or something like that.
Oh, that'll get
He
you.
Yeah.
got it from those
Clean your
um,
colons, people.
Those Gold Rush sandwiches.
Fiber.
You remember those Gold Rush sandwiches that he was famous for eating?
Nah,
There's bacon on it.
Bacon, peanut butter, bananas.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's actually
That's
kind
a
of
lot.
fire.
I have to go do a colonoscopy first week of November.
Colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy. First week in November, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Is that when they go up your butt?
Yep, with the camera, and I have to so you have to get this medicine prior to going to the doctor for the procedure, like a couple days prior,
Like,
to just
cleans
start
you
flushing
out.
you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you did the procedure and everything went okay, and then a doctor walked in with the camera and is like, "All right, Tahir, you ready?" And then you looked around and there was just some random guy that was like, "What's up, dog?" That was fun, right?
I would not at all want to do that. You know what else I would pay for? Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye is my favorite,
Oh,
Boom. That's a
Love
great
Marvin
favorite
one.
Marvin Gaye.
musician, favorite
That's a really good one.
artist
Oh,
of all time.
Who just died too? lovely day, lovely day.
Oh, Bill Withers.
There we go. I
Yeah.
love Bill Withers.
I love Bill Withers too, but
I
not
love him
enough to pay
so
$700.
much.
But Marvin Gaye, I'm dropping a bag.
I paid $300 for a Bill Withers.
Yeah.
That's like a regular concert.
Stop,
He's like,
I love him.
But I was dead.
I love Bill Withers
Why?
too.
Because he just died. You need him to be dead longer.
Did he just die?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
died
think last year, or earlier this year.
earlier this year or last year. Yeah.
Recently
'Cause
though.
I know.
Well, I just gotta say this. First of all, rest in peace to Bill Withers.
Right.
Please.
But I must say that it is a lovely day whenever I order Postmates.
Come on with it, fam.
Postmates
Mm-hmm.
A lovely
takes, I'm not even kidding, probably like a cool 75% of my income.
We literally probably just spent $60 on Postmates this morning.
Yeah.
Ordering breakfast. No kidding at all.
Postmates is just, it's just might be the best food delivery app of all time. Obviously, if you guys are like us, you start thinking about what to eat for dinner while you're eating lunch. We love food, obviously, but sometimes when we get into our kitchen, cooking something delicious, it's not really what we want to do. We're not really feeling it. We're not always in the mood. So that's why we've been loving Postmates. With Postmates, you can get food delivered without leaving the house or even opening your front door. With everything going on with COVID, they adapted. Now they have created no contact deliveries. So now whenever you order from a restaurant, they can just leave it on your doorstep. You don't even have to do the whole face-to-face thing. They also offer a pickup option, which you can order takeout from all your favorite local restaurants. So, obviously this pandemic is hitting people harder than others. A lot of local restaurants have been affected. So it's really, really good to support whenever you can. So they have the pickup option. You can go out and support, uplift our communities. And what better way than ordering food, right? So quick thing though, Postmates isn't only just burgers and sushi. People think that it's just a meal. You can really order anything.
We're past that.
Toilet paper, phone chargers, anything from Walgreens, 7-Eleven, anything from there.
Yeah.
A Postmate delivery driver will drop it off right outside your front door. And all you have to do is download it from either iOS or Android. Find your favorites and get anything you want delivered within the hour with Postmates.
And
Feel me?
we got a special deal. All right. And this is for all of our listeners for a limited time. Postmates is giving. That is not a thing.
Giving.
Hey, man, just leave me alone.
Giving it all out.
Give me some slack. It's giving our listeners $5 off your first 5 orders for your first 7 days. So you got 7 days to get $5 off your first 5 orders. Your first 5 orders for deliveries. Download the app and use the code YouScary, YOUSCARY, and you're gonna get $5 off your first 5 orders when you download Postmates, the app, and sign up online. Anything you need, anytime you need it, you can Postmate it, and you can get $5 off your first 5 deliveries if you use the code YouScary.
You don't be Postmating because you know how to make everything, huh?
I mean,
You
I
love
do,
cooking?
but I do like cooking.
You're just like, I'll just do it myself. You could probably Postmate some like cooking utensils to help you or some
Valid
seasoning.
point.
There you go.
Valid point. Or
Always
fresh
a way.
herbs. Love me some fresh herbs.
Speaking of food, I have a couple of interesting stories. That's what I try to do with these things. But I have a Florida story. You guys ready for this one?
Oh, here we go.
Great.
Let's go.
Since we're talking about food, I don't think they Postmate this food, but Florida man, best start to a headline, covers his hands with peanut butter so that he could punch his neighbor who's allergic to nuts. Diabolical.
That is
peanut petty.
that is
That is peanut petty.
Peanut butter fists.
What?
Yo, you know what's so funny is there used to be a joke of like, your breath smells so bad, it makes me want to put toothpaste on my hand and punch you in the face. Like that was a roast back in the
I
day.
never heard about that.
Yeah, that was super old. But like the fact that somebody would actually do that, like diabolical is the best word to describe that.
First of all, though,
Diabolical.
but like that's like that could be first-degree murder. Like, when people have really bad peanut
Yeah.
allergies, they can't even be
You probably
around
could
peanut
get-
butter.
you probably
No,
could
I'm
get-
serious. That's intent to kill somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but there was always like a kid in your class that couldn't have peanut butter, so you couldn't have a peanut butter sandwich because God forbid it was in the air. Like,
It's even on planes. Like, well, not as much now because they're not serving food, but like if somebody got on the plane and they said they had a peanut allergy, they couldn't serve the peanuts on the plane because literally if it got airborne, it could make the person sick. So.
And then there's nut air all in there. You know? You don't want to breathe in that nut air. Yeah, this is the most Florida thing I've read all week.
This week.
Yeah.
Because it changes weekly.
It's Monday.
Yeah.
It is.
That's a good point.
It is Monday. So the other food thing I want to talk about.
Yes. Foods. I love foods.
It's not really a food, but you eat it.
That's really inappropriate. You didn't get it?
Pussy Joe.
Sorry.
I'm actually not talking about.
I know
it's
you're not.
It's a different kind of
But
magic.
but I know what it is. But like, I knew the audience. It's fine.
No. What I'm talking about is also magical.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about magic mushrooms.
Oh, what is that? Because I'm out of the loop on this one. So
Magic mushrooms. Okay, so.
Do you believe in magic?
Ooh. Okay, vocals.
Who?
Okay,
Wait,
folks.
who is that? Is that McDonald's?
What?
What song is that? Do you believe in magic?
I think that was an actual song before it was.
Yeah, that was definitely a real song before it was in, I'm sure, plenty of commercials.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The jingle. We're going to talk about magic mushrooms because Daria and I had a very interesting conversation about it. And I was like, you know what? Let's bring it to the pod. Tahir, you have never delved into them.
have not. I don't do what some may consider hard drugs, even hard recreational drugs. Like I don't do weed. I just drink. Now I've tried. I tried ecstasy.
Mm-hmm.
And Farron and I tried that. We tried it at a hotel once, and then when we got the house out in Palm Springs, we tried it again there. But
you didn't like it?
yeah, I didn't.
Hotel
I didn't,
ecstasy? That sounds like a good time.
you know what? I think we were so ready for it. We were just like this the whole time. We took it and we were like,
Hilarious.
you feel anything? Oh, none good.
Thinking
Like
of
it didn't kick in
you
for like
guys
an
in a
hour
hotel
and some
doing
change.
that.
Yeah,
All
we were
night.
just sitting in the bed, just like I'm looking and waiting for it to hit us because we didn't know what to expect
Right.
with it. So
sounds
we didn't really
miserable.
ride it like that.
It sounds miserable.
That-
Bro, like here's the
At
thing.
all.
I am the most terrified of any type of drugs. Like I can't do it. Like I'm afraid that I will never get my right mind back, and I'm gonna get a bad dose and just be out of there.
It all comes down. Obviously, you have to know who you get it from. And this in no way is a segment asking anybody or encouraging this. We do have some research to talk about, but just in that sense, it's all about being in a comfortable environment.
Around the right humans, for sure. Especially when it comes to shrooms. So for the record, I don't do any drugs minus smoking weed and the occasional shroom. I was telling him I did shrooms for the first time in June because I also was scared.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't mess with chemicals, and I think I'm really sensitive to my mental health and all that stuff. So that's why I'm comfortable talking about this because it's a mushroom.
Yeah.
I cook with them.
And you eat them for drugs.
I eat them for drugs.
Now it's interesting because when hallucinogens are brought up, they are kind of mentioned in the same breath as hard drugs, like cocaine and meth and stuff like that. But a lot of we grew up with categorizing all drugs as one bad thing, and even weed and Dare, which is still going randomly.
I
No
thought you
one
were
listened.
saying me because that's my nickname.
Dare?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dare.
I can see
Short
that.
for Dariany.
Yeah, I put that together.
Yeah.
Dare, D-A-R-E.
Yes.
What did it stand for?
Drugs.
Are.
I thought it was a drug resistance.
Drugs
I don't think the
doing
I don't-
average.
What did Dare stand? That's how much we
it was
Well,
a
that's
drug
how you know
resistance
that it
program. I don't
clearly
know.
wasn't
I feel
working.
like I tried to look up what Dare stood
Drugs
for.
and recycling.
Drug abuse resistance education.
That's what it is.
They stopped talking about weed. They do not
Well,
talk
good.
about weed as like a gateway drug or a bad thing anymore. And I genuinely feel like mushrooms are next. We've just been kind of growing up knowing about hippies and flower power, and you're a hippie if you do psychedelics. But it was really like introduced to me in a whole different way this year in terms of like its benefits and the amount of people who microdose, which means you don't take like a crap load to get like
It's not a full dose.
to high. You're just kind of doing a little bit. It's had so many like advances in medicine, and not only that, like just the way you think and your mental, and it's been such a positive thing just in the world, in the I don't know how long it's been, but I just kind of want to add to that because we were talking about it, and yeah, you kind of had like a couple of experiences you don't have to go into, but it really like opened your mind up, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, the reason I even started was because my sister, she has bipolar, and she's always researching different ways to cope with it.
Okay.
And psilocybin, which is what makes you hallucinate, it's what's present in the shrooms. There's a lot of studies that are done that shows that it helps with anxiety and depression. And I'm all about, listen, if this could potentially help you and it's organic, do it. Long story short, I ended up doing it too. And my first trip, again, I microdosed too. It wasn't like a crazy trip, but at the end of the just beautiful, wonderful day, I realized I wanted to be a mom. And that's a pretty big revelation.
That is a big thing to walk away from a good time with.
It was something that I always grappled with and was like on the fence about. But at the end of the day, it was just like, oh my goodness, I want to be a mother.
I want a baby.
Yeah.
You must have had some strong stuff. I have never even almost thought about being a
Didn't
mom.
think about being a dad.
I never thought about being a mom on shrooms, no. But no, I think that's what we were talking about was like that's how cool that experience must have been because it must have dug really, really deep in that mind and found something that you didn't even know you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I think we subconsciously, I think we all kind of know what we want and know what would be good for. It's all there, but I think we have all these blocks. And when you do something like shrooms, it kind of enables you to just kind of put away all the bullshit that is constantly distracting us. At least that's how I feel. I think it kind of liberates your mind and
it's like you were saying.
The world would be a better place if everybody did shrooms, honestly. Most humans that I know that do shrooms on a regular basis are so peaceful and generous and,
I think the thing
not
that
Coke.
frightens me most about recreational drug use is not being able to control it. I guess I am somewhat of a control freak in that sense, but also not being able to like turn off the high. Like if something happens, there's an emergency, you need to go somewhere or do something. You can't because like you don't have all of your bearings, and like, I think that's like, and then not knowing how long the trip is gonna last. I think like the trip is different for everyone, and every trip can be different. So like not knowing how long it's gonna last, not being able to just turn it off. Like I think with like drinking, I feel more secure because I have more experience with it, and two, I know what my body can handle, and I know about how long each bender is gonna last me. Like I know if I drink 2 or 3 drinks, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I might be a little buzzed for a little bit, but in an hour and a half to drinking water, I'll be able to still handle business like, for the most part. But like with drugs, like LSD and shrooms and Molly, like I don't know how long that effect is gonna last. So I'm always hesitant like to just do that and let go.
I get that, but I think it's like alcohol. The first time you took a shot, you were like, well, this is more than I anticipated. It's really about learning it. And so like that's like I microdosed. I wasn't like, fuck it, I'm just going to take 6 shrooms. Because I also was very apprehensive about like tripping super hard. And then there's of course the fear of seeing something you don't want to see.
Yeah.
That's what was really my biggest fear was like the scary stuff. But also I feel like you see what you're meant to see. Like if it's something you know what I'm saying? Like it's clearly resonating in your subconscious.
You have to be in a good mind state. Yeah.
You need. Oh, well, that's another thing too. You have to be around good humans and just like a chill, safe place where you feel safe.
And if you do it while you're angry or mad at something, it'll probably. But people think that it's like people kind of they don't really. I feel like they underestimate how strong the brain is, and when they think that of like hallucinating, they think like the ceiling opens up and the dragon looks in, or somebody just walks in, and it's like it's not really like that. It's kind of just like very wavy, unless you take an amount that I've never taken before. But yeah, I say all this to say that you were talking about how you think that there's a connection with how people say opening their third eye and these kind of things, and it's crazy how many like gurus and people who study meditation and study these kind of things also take these. And it was such a big thing that was involved in, hallucinogens were very prevalent in early Apple. They said that Steve Jobs would walk around barefoot and have like whole meetings where they would take hallucinogens and brainstorm.
Really?
And like the brain power behind it. I'm not going to say it's going to just give you good ideas, but it opens your mind up in a way that in terms of when I've done it, it's almost like waking up out of the matrix. It's like you think this way your whole, every day, and then you take it and you can kind of back up and see more perspectives, and it makes you kind of like think. It just makes you really think about things differently. And Dare was saying, there's a lot of positive. I mean, I wouldn't jump on here and just be like, shrooms is dope, take it. There's a lot of like great things that come with it, and I just wanted to share some of them because it says that there is potential indications that it helps with depression, obsessive compulsive disorder, if you want to quit smoking, alcohol addiction, cocaine addiction, cluster headaches, cancer related stuff. End of life psychological distress. It's crazy like how many things, and they're getting like all these tests, but it's just it's yet to receive FDA approval, obviously.
Well, FDA approval means literally nothing to me. 'Cause they be approving some bullshit.
Right? For real.
They've been improving hella drugs that like literally 5 years later, have you ever taken such and such, such and such? Well, you may be able to take part in a class
Did you
law.
trust us 5 years ago? Well, if you did, you maybe
Class
need some money.
lawsuit. You'd be like, man.
Nah, I'm good off the FDA. Listen, this is how I feel, and I feel the same way about weed. It is not a coincidence that consuming these things does something to you. Just like it's not a coincidence that garlic is an antibiotic or that cilantro is delicious. Like, these things are here for a reason. I don't think God was just like, you know what? Let's leave this here because one day a human's gonna find it. They're gonna be like, this is crazy. I don't think it's a coincidence. I really feel, and I've also heard this before. People kind of find shrooms when they're meant to find them. Oh, can I tell you a quick shroom story?
No, go ahead.
It's not about me, but it's one that I heard prior to doing it that really made me go, These dudes, actually, I think I lied. I think it was peyote in like Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah, which is like Shroom's Mexican cousin. And they were walking through the desert, and this guy who was tripping, saw a tree, and he stopped, and he tells his friend, he's like, that tree is crying. That tree is sad.
That's scary.
And the friend's like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, he's sad because there's garbage there. And from where they could stand, they could only see a tree. The dude climbs the tree, and on top there's like all this garbage.
On top of the tree?
On top of the tree, yeah.
How was the garbage on top of the tree?
How should I know?
It was a garbage tree?
People were throwing stuff up there.
I was going to say, maybe people went up there and just left garbage because they were just being shitty humans. But anyway, I definitely think, I don't know. I mean, I always talk to plants anyway, so maybe I'm not a good...
Do you?
Oh my God, always. I said bye to my flowers before I came here. I got flowers the other day. Not romantic, relax.
Nobody even had the chance to say anything.
Yeah,
Nobody was even at home watching like,
That's how used to it she is.
no.
Ones were from my family, and the other one is from Fuse, where my new show is that you can watch every Tuesday at 11:30 p.m. Struggle Gourmet.
I like that.
Thank you.
I always wanted to potentially dabble in something that I thought could maybe help me break down the barrier with my comedy. Because one of my best friends, my boy Irvin, he always tells me to this day, he's like, and he calls me by my first name. He's like, Rob, the moment you really step into your truth and you embrace it, your comedy is going to go through the roof. And I know what he's talking about somewhat, but I also don't. Because like a part of me is like, in this world that we live in, you want to be so politically correct. And there's certain things that you went through that maybe you don't want the world to know, or you don't want to admit that you experienced or something like that. But I have to remind myself, even when I write my jokes now, that I'm not the only person that has gone through a lot of the trauma that I've experienced. And sometimes by me telling my story in a joke form, it can help somebody else release all the baggage that they've been carrying. So like your test a lot of times can be yours and other people's testimony to kind of show that we're not alone in this thing. And
I did about that this year, for sure. You and Kev both, I feel like, crossed that like within the last 2 years.
Oh man, for sure me, bro. Like I've had so many. Wow, I can't even get into it right now. But so I've kind of wanted to dabble in something like that would kind of help me like unplug and really just tap into the epicenter of who I am at my core and not be so afraid to like embrace it. Because I see people like Ryan Davis. Like I always applaud his fearlessness to go on stage and go on the videos and say exactly what he feels. And there are points where I want to do it, but then I'm like, man, I don't want to get such and such upset. And then we working with all these brands. You kind of hesitant to do things and be as vocal as you are. Now, certain things I will just not hold my tongue on. Any type of abuse toward any type of people, and especially abuse toward women, I'm just not going to hold my tongue on. I'm just going to speak on that. But there are other things that I like kind of shy away from, or make sure I'm more politically correct with it, because you don't want to offend anybody, you want to lose any brand deals and stuff like that. But I like to think that even in the midst of that, my integrity is always going to be first. Even with being PC, I still want like everything I do to have integrity to the core. So.
But I feel like what you're saying is less about being PC than it is about being truly vulnerable. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because I think, first of all, when you're truly vulnerable, you're funnier because you are coming from such an unapologetically real, true place. But yeah, I think that's what you mean. I mean, shrooms can help with that, true. But just in general, I just heard a TED talk about the importance of being vulnerable, because you can't experience real happiness if you're not real and not being vulnerable.
That's true. I think a lot of people are afraid to be vulnerable in a lot of places. I know I have been, like, especially guys, like, a lot of things make us feel, vulnerable, expressing ourselves, opening up in relationships and communication, even our hair. You know what I mean? Like, if you like, there's a lot of power in our hair, and if we lose the hair, then you might feel a lot more vulnerable. You see a guy's confidence kind of waver or go down a little bit with that, which is why I think that if you start seeing any type of signs of that, you need to look into Keeps immediately. Woo. Okay? Keep your hair, keep your confidence, keep your power somewhat. A lot of people look at it as their power. So, because the reality is 2 to 3 guys will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time that they're 35. Okay? Ooh. I'm 36. Pat's not 35 yet, so
it's coming. Oh, it's coming, and I got Keeps in the back pocket.
And the best way to prevent your hair loss is to do something about it while you still have hair left, okay? You used to have to go to the doctor's office for hair loss and get a prescription. Now, thanks to Keeps, you can visit your doctor online and get hair loss medication delivered right to your front door discreetly. They make it easy, and they deliver the medication every 3 months, so you can say goodbye to the pharmacy checkout lines and the awkward doctor visits. Keeps is of the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss products out there. You may have tried them, but you have never tried them like this and for this price point. The prevention is key in this, ladies and gentlemen. So treatments typically take between 4 to 6 months to see any type of results, realistically. So the important thing is to act fast. The sooner that you start using Keeps, the more hair you will save. So I encourage you guys to find out why Keeps has more 5-star reviews than any of its competitors, and more than 100,000 men trust Keeps for their hair loss prevention medication. Keeps treatments start at just $10 a month. Ooh. Plus, for a limited time, you guys get your first month for free. $10 a month ain't nothing. Let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
Spend $10 on coffee. This is my second.
A streaming service.
Yo.
You want a streaming service or your hair?
Huh? You gotta choose one.
Yeah.
So, I encourage you guys to check out Keeps. And like I said, you get a free month for free. All you have to do right now is listen. All you have to do right now is go to keeps.com/DIYS to receive your first month for free of treatment. Again, that's KEEPS.com/DIYS to get $10 month treatment starting at $10, and you're going to get your first month for free, people. Free. You don't like free? Why don't you like it?
Why don't you
want to save your hair? Go to keeps.com/DIYS and get your first month for free and start your subscription for just $10 a month and keep your hair.
Keeps.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Keeps. Their marketing is crazy. I see them all the time on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Out here saving.
Apparently I don't, but I guess I'm not the target demo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We got to keeps it away from you so that we got a full head of hair by the time you see us.
Yeah, but even though women start losing hair too, but that comes since later. I don't want to talk about that. That's really depressing.
It is. But hey.
It is.
You got Keeps.
There it is.
Keeps.
I try to keep them subliminally on their toes. Just like keep throwing it at them. Crop circles.
Crop circles?
Crop circles.
That makes me think of meth.
You know what's crazy? It's like
why?
The first thing
besides what she just said.
Yeah, you don't think of meth when you think of crop circles, because I think of crop circles and then think of like South Dakota and then think of meth.
Okay. All right.
Because
That's
the
it.
people who are reporting them are probably on meth.
Yeah, my brain is very A to C.
Okay. All
Crop
right.
circles, meth.
I got that.
Yeah, we can move past it though.
I feel like I've never thought about crop circles in my pubic region until just right now.
Oh.
Pubic region.
Yeah, like
I
if
never
you-
thought of it until
like you-
right now.
like you shaved it down a little bit, so it's just like enough for us that you can see it, but then like make circles in your pubic region and make it look like crop circles.
And
like,
then you wake up and be like, we had visitors last night.
Yeah, this dick is out
Yeah,
of this world.
I was gonna say there's. Like,
There's a lot of places you can go there.
your dick is not that special. Aliens don't care that much.
A ship landed here.
Well,
Well, you
that's
guys.
not what this is.
Hey.
Okay. Well, I just want to do everything to
Yeah,
move
come on,
on.
calm down. Crop circles, if you don't know what they are mysterious shapes that end up in giant fields or cornfields. Like a lot of farmers report them in their land because they're these very intricately designed, weird-looking alien designs that people say are either aliens trying to communicate with us or their ship landing. It's a lot of crazy stuff, and if you look up crop circles, you will go down a very, very interesting black hole. So I did that,
Of course you did.
and I found on mysteriousuniverse.org, which is a great website, mysterious crop circles found underwater off the coast of Australia.
Okay, now that's different.
Are there pictures?
That is different.
That's different.
Shut the fuck up.
Hang on.
Here's the thing about crop circles, man. Like the fact that we've seen so many on land, and there's so many conspiracy theories around it, and so many people call it a hoax and all of that.
I love that
But
shit.
like, yeah, like it's like,
I
bro,
love
like,
that
come on,
shit.
you can't deny some of that.
First of
Yeah.
all, we all know aliens are real.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it was confirmed.
Well, I mean,
Multiple
also,
times.
like, do you know how fucking egocentric you have to be like, oh no,
Just
We're
us.
the
Earth?
only people.
It is literally just us.
Yeah. I still believe that aliens help with the pyramids. Like, you're not going to tell me different. We had no technology back then that would,
Maybe they were on shrooms.
and they were super strong.
Full
The shrooms
circle.
make them super
Full
strong.
pyramid.
Nah,
Full-
I don't
it came full
believe
pyramid.
it.
That was the original saying.
Rock.
Mr. Rock.
But
So there's no pictures?
I'm gonna show you some.
Okay, sorry. It's just,
She turned up real fast like that.
All right.
Over the one time.
So obviously they are different because of the water, but there were some found off the coast of Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Some were found off the coast of Australia. So we'll start with the Japanese ones.
okay.
It says that they were first spotted in 1995 off the coast of southern Japan. Their origin was an enigma, and local divers termed them mystery circles. So that persisted until 2011. So that's a really long time. That's like 16 years of just what happened right here.
Okay.
When the culprit, a male pufferfish just 5 inches long, was finally caught in the act.
Okay, so that means it's not aliens, it's a pufferfish.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
But I mean, let me explain.
Oh, there's more. There's more.
Well, think about crop circles. Most crop circles are just a farmer going out there and laying all their wheat down so that they can get a news story. A lot of crop circles are hoaxes.
So you think that pufferfish was like, I want some Instagram clout?
No. This is how the species creates woos females. They create these really elaborate designs.
Oh.
So it's really like a mating ritual. They repeatedly swim in and out of the circle using their fins to dig little valleys at the sandy bottom. But it looks pretty cool. Here, let me show you.
Fucking
Boom.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, if you saw
You
that.
sounded like Juicy J.
Shut the
right?
fuck up. When I said it, I heard it.
If you saw that,
It's so funny.
you would question that. It's beautiful.
That is. Yo, but fucking animals are so
Yo, how
great, man.
the fuck? Do you know how hard it is to draw a perfect circle?
It's impossible.
Like, literally, if you can do that, they call you like a master artist. Like,
Well, it's like
and the fact that these fish are drawing, like, are creating perfect circles, like, how the fuck do they just know?
But like, think about in nature how many things are so perfect like that.
Yeah, I don't
That's
understand
so
it.
fucking dope, bro. Fucking.
I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Like a puffer fish, he never took geometry, bro. Like how he know shapes? Like how you know to make that circle so perfect?
I just appreciate that the animal kingdom is still adamant about doing things to woo their mate.
Niggas do that shit all
No,
the
you gotta
time,
stop.
Dariana.
Sending-
Nah, fuck
Sending
that.
a fire emoji on a story is not
Listen.
the equivalent of that.
Dariana, why do you
the
think
big-
dudes get dressed? Why do you think they wash their car? Why do you think they
Get
put rims on their
dressed?
car? Like if it was a world full of males, do you think guys would be getting
Get
dressed?
dressed? No.
They
You're
be
right.
wearing gym shorts and track pants and tethered t-shirts. All niggas wouldn't be getting dressed like that. I mean, I would because I'm a different type of nigga. But most guys wouldn't give a fuck. They wouldn't be taking showers every day if they didn't care how a young lady thought they smelled. Like they wouldn't be doing it. So
And to be fair, the fire emoji is just to get your attention, okay? It's not like they just make all this circle and then find the mate. They find the mate, they say what's up, and then they're like, check this out, look at my little spot, you know? That the fire emoji is just the what's up, you know? You have to let them build you this space.
Yes.
If you don't, if I'm a
I'll
male
just
puffer
keep
fish
waiting.
and the female just swims away before I'm even done, you know what I mean? You gotta, that first fire emoji gotta land so that puffer fish sticks around and they can see what I'm working with my crop circles.
I'm just gonna let the women in the audience be the judge of this, because that's really what it is. Because you really just said dudes wouldn't get. That's great. You're getting dressed and you're getting nice cars, but that's to woo all women. But when you're trying to attract one woman and you're trying to pursue someone, you have to put in like actual effort that goes beyond. I showered today. Does that make sense?
Listen.
Hey,
that
that was
puffer,
his point, not
that
mine.
puffer fish doesn't
didn't
know
believe
what other puffer fish is gonna come by and be like, oh, there's a nice circle right there. They're doing it to attract anybody. He does all that. He be like, hey, anybody fucking? Because I just did this circle. He's not like, oh shit, Ariel puffer fish. Look what your boy did. He's like, hey, puffer fish bitches. Look what I did right here. It's not specific for one puffer fish, Dariana. You
So
can't.
what you're saying is puffer fish.
Them niggas hoes
Are also
too.
hoes, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody is. Listen, you're making it sound like everybody grows up in the animal kingdom and they have one animal in their species that's specifically for. No one does it.
Penguins.
No, but they still have to find that one. They still have to. They don't.
But
They aren't.
penguins cheat. The female penguins cheat on the male penguins. You didn't see that bloody fight where
Well,
the
what are you
penguin.
talking about? Because penguins are supposed to be monogamous.
Just watch the video. We can't show it here because it's very graphic. A penguin comes back from like a long penguin day, and he goes into his crib, and his girl is getting her penguin cheeks clapped by another penguin. So he tries to fight the new male penguin, and he loses. It's like a really bloody fight. He gets his eye gouged out, and he just walks away bloodied, and the female penguin moved on.
Happy Feet 3. I can't wait to watch it.
See,
It's a drama.
See?
It's a horror movie.
Can't trust them.
Can't trust those penguin hoes.
Can't trust these penguins.
And they dress very nicely. They're always in they're always in a tuxedo.
Speaking of random facts that you don't need and hoes. You know who were some hoes? The Spartans.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh
yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
The ancient Spartans had a tradition called wife sharing. It's a modern tradition as well. Just, you know, the guys don't be knowing. Following the Spartan belief that mating should be between the most physically fit parents, many older men allowed younger men to make babies with their wives to ensure that they had a strong warrior for a kid. So it's like, you look strong, young man. You want to smash my wife, the old ball and chain?
And the bar, they just looking at guys come in like,
Damn,
all right,
he
now
thick.
he should smash my old lady
He
right
is
here.
thick.
Yeah. He is thick.
That's messed up for the wife because it's like, do they?
I don't think she's upset.
No, I mean, but do they get a say in it? It's just like every other day, your old husband is like, marry him, or what? I don't know what Spartan women were named. Olga. It's like, hey, I picked up a dude for you, and then they just sit there and watch in the corner with their big old feathery brushy hat.
Here's the thing, though. They were doing that in hopes of getting a strong male.
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying that if a daughter happens, they're like, oh, my wife just got smashed.
Yeah. Cake just got
That's
clapped
all that
up.
happened.
Just got that clapped up.
So, okay, let's invite the women into this combo. All right, Dari.
Yes.
So, a scientist tells you that certain people that you mate with directly affects the kid. So if you mate,
yeah, that's literally
no.
what happens.
No, I'm saying like in terms of like warriors, how they do. So, but like if you were to marry a chef, your kid would immediately be a master chef. Or if you did a kid, if you had a kid with like a basketball player, he'd be like half of a really good basketball player, half of a good chef, right?
All right.
So you're already married. Your husband's a little older.
Okay.
Are you gonna make the perfect kid the Spartan way? If you had the blessing from your old ball and chain.
Oh dear. Okay, so my initial response wants to be no, because I think it's kind of disgusting to
Right.
curate a child, which is something that rich people are already trying to do with, what's that called?
Not trying to do, but they're doing
Are
it.
No,
doing,
yeah,
yes.
there's test tube babies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a little son right in this.
Yeah, exactly. So, because like, what is really a perfect? Like, I'm like, oh my god, I would really love to have a kid with Guy Fieri, because then my kid would love diners and dive-ins and drives, just like I do. You know, like
that's a great show, by the way.
great show.
Love that show.
And I love Guy, but like,
I'm
how do I
kidding.
know that's not the first? Like, no,
So you would not make a super chef young Dari
no,
if you were given the option.
no.
That's a tough question. Like if
Oh, it
Morpheus,
is.
If Morpheus walked in and was like, this pill gives you could literally like have a kid like this who looks like this and can do all these things, and the other one is just like random how it is.
I think there's something to be said about, like, first of all, actually making a kid with a person that you like love and want to be with, and like that. I'm corny, but it's the truth.
I'm
like,
just kidding. A lot of people don't care about that part anymore.
well, I
It's just
do,
super
because
weird.
let's say there's someone that I love and
No,
want
you
to
don't have to explain
procreate
it.
with.
Makes
I would
perfect
love
sense.
to look at them and be like, shit, you're half me and you're half somebody I really fucks with. Not you're half me and you're half Guy Fieri. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's,
I see.
But
what
you
you're
finna
saying.
be killing these grilled cheese when you get old enough to get behind that stove, though.
I cannot.
Killing these.
But can you
grilled
imagine
cheese.
having a kid, and then you put them in the kitchen and they're like, ugh, cooking.
First of all, I don't know how you guys were raised, but if, there's no such thing as like picky kids. Like, I'm not having picky kids. Like, I will fight you.
You mean picky on what you do or what you eat?
No, picky with what you eat. Because there's one thing that I can't stand is picky kids. I can't.
No, I mean if they didn't like cooking or care about cooking.
What are you gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Okay, so you don't want a little chef baby?
I mean, I would love to be able to cook with my kids. That's how I started cooking, was with my mom, you know. But like, I'm also not gonna fornicate with Guy Fieri to make that happen.
you keep going back to this. It all
It's become
returns
a
to
thing
smashing
now.
guy.
Oh my god, I should stop saying this.
What?
I just realized I'm saying this. Like, what if this gets to him?
Guy?
Yeah.
I don't think he'd mind.
Oh my god, this is really awkward for me.
I don't think Guy would find it awkward for you to say I wouldn't randomly have a kid
No,
with
it's
Guy
not. It's
Fieri.
because nothing personal. You know, they think he's a great guy. No pun intended. But
That's
like,
what I'm saying. I don't think he would find it weird
It's
for
just the
you to
pers-
say I wouldn't randomly have
Yeah,
a kid
I
with
just-
you. He'd
I
probably
just-
be like, yeah, same. Well,
okay, you're right.
Yeah.
It's making me feel a little better. All right, okay.
Okay. All right. Well, last fun fact of
All
this
right.
segment. Apparently, this is conspiracy. There is an underground vault that contains 500 seeds from every crop on Earth.
Shut up.
It will be used as a last resort in the event of a nuclear war. Now, do you
I see. I can see that.
I can
think
see
you
that
think
too.
we would plan
Yeah.
that far?
Yeah,
ahead?
absolutely.
sure.
Absolutely.
You say that far ahead.
I feel like we're always on the brink of a war. Always. Yeah.
Like, I feel like that could happen tomorrow.
Don't say that. Come on. We trying to be.
Bro, let's just keep it. And I don't even think
Trying to be
so
positive over
much
here.
of it is, if there's a nuclear war, okay, this is years from now, but let's say we really do fuck up the Earth, and it's like, oh my god, wait, we don't have any more plants.
Oh my God! Wait.
my God.
What happened to those
The
plants?
seeds are done. You know, so then we have them. Just like a backup.
Your
I believe it.
apocalypse voice is really creepy. I don't like.
Oh my god.
Oh.
It doesn't sound that scary
is
too. It's
so
almost like, oh my god, I can't wait for this to happen.
Well, I was looking
So
away from you,
funny.
so I
There's
pictured
no
the
one
apocalypse
else
around
here.
you.
It is literally just.
And I feel like if I heard somebody talking about that in the apocalypse, I'd be really scared.
I'd be like, they had something to do with it.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what-
oh my God, it finally happened.
Oh my god. Do you like to cook? Because we have to procreate, and like honestly.
I just hope that they have like some barrels of whiskey preserved as well.
That's it.
For the apocalypse?
That's it.
I mean, I'm
Drunk?
just saying, like, you know, like don't forget that recipe.
Said the time when the man who needs to be in control, like that's when you want.
I know,
get
right?
lit.
Nuclear war.
Hey,
and
man,
you trying
listen.
to be lit.
You got to survive the best way you can. Some days you might just be like, yo, I need this day to hurry up, be done. And just
You know, it's weird because just the weird things that I talk about with my friends. Now I'm thinking about it. That's super strange. This already came up, like drugs or alcohol when the world ends, zombie apocalypse or whatever. And I feel like it sounds dumb. Like, why would you? But it's like that seems like the time to do it. I feel like people would be turning up in the apocalypse, like drunk.
I feel like
high.
initially people would be, you know, stricken with fear and then panic, and then people would accept it. It'd be like the 5 or 7 stages of grief. Like, I feel like you would try to do everything to like prevent it, and then like deny that it's happening, and then you finally accept it, then you just like deal with it. And I think a lot of people would deal with it through drinking, you know. I mean, it's how we already. I mean, look at the liquor sales when the pandemic.
I was about to say that sounds like we just described February.
Yeah,
It's
real
like
talk.
Panic, you know, everybody freaked out, bought a bunch of toilet paper. Remember
Yeah.
when like toilet paper was our biggest problem?
Woo! Toilet
was a
paper,
long
paper
time
towels, and hand sanitizer.
It
Was,
got a lot worse since then.
it's-
it got
it's-
a lot worse since then. But
I don't know. Whatever it is, though, if they do manage to save the whiskey and all the other alcohol, I hope that we're able to at least save a little DHM too, because I know I am going to indulge, and I still, even though it's an apocalypse, I still can't afford to have any days wasted, so I'm still gonna need that DHM detox. You understands me?
oh yeah,
Cause you know, I mean, listen, if you like to indulge and you like to drink a little bit, you know, have a little good times or whatnot, you still understand that there's work to be done the next day, and nobody likes to wake up with that hangover feeling. And it's just not productive. So DHM is the vitamin for the people who like to enjoy alcohol. You get that much needed immunity boost while you're drinking. So it's time to start taking care of our bodies. You know what I'm saying? Some of us in our late 20s, early 30s, when we drink, it's time to start being responsible with it. And whether you hate feeling like crap the day after drinking, or you just like to enjoy a few drinks here and there, DHM Detox is a must. Okay, their company was built on the words "no days wasted." So enjoy your drinks without that awful next day feeling. Forget the nausea, forget the brain fog, forget the anxiety or the headaches. DHM Detox uses science to help boost your body's natural response to alcohol and help break down those toxins.
oh yeah, the science. I ran out of DHM finally. And because I had so much, and I kid you not, I had like the first hangover this weekend that I've had in like since we started working with them, and I'm like, yo, never again. I'm about to re-up real tough on the detox. But yeah, DHM Detox is a totally risk-free purchase. So if you aren't satisfied after taking the product, they'll give you your money back. So it's a complete no-brainer. All you have to do is take the 2 pills while you're drinking. If you're drinking a lot, double up, get 2 more.
Double up.
And you won't feel anything the next day. And if you don't feel that way, then they will give you your money back. So at the very least, just give it a shot, and you'll get a refund if you don't love it. So we've got you on 20% off of your order. Just head over to nodayswasted.co, not com, co, and use the promo code DIYS at checkpoint. One more time, that's nodayswasted.co. And if you have any questions, just send a message to @nodayswastedco on Instagram.
There it is,
Shout
though.
out to DHM. Dari, are you a drinker? I feel like I don't ever.
I do drink.
Okay.
I don't drink often. Well, I used to drink often, so I don't anymore. So I usually drink about once a month.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say once a month. But I'm the kind of person that like I don't do like a casual beer, or if I'm drinking, I'm drinking.
You're turning up.
Yeah, everybody's it's a whole thing. Like I don't casual drinking. Just I never resonated with that.
That's hilarious. So anytime alcohol came out, you got serious. You're like, okay, so we doing this or we doing this?
Yeah.
I ain't doing that casual stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm fully dive in, committed.
Okay.
Yes.
Speaking of people who dive in, shout out. I try to force these things. Shout out to Zeke. I don't know who this person is, but they did something very legendary that went viral on Facebook. So Zeke texted all of his friends in a group chat, and the group chat was called Zeke's Surprise Birthday Party. Now remember, Zeke sent this, right? Hey, I'm not that boring. I'm not that boring. Okay. Zeke's surprise birthday party. The text message to all of them says, on Thursday, June 6th, I'm off at 10. I'll be home at 10:15. Smiley face. And then he leaves the party. He leaves the group chat. So he really, now keep in mind, this is the first text in the group chat. He texts all of his friends. The group is called Zeke's surprise birthday party. This is Zeke. He says, on Thursday, June 6th, which I'm assuming is his birthday, I'm off at 10. I'll be home at 10:15. Smile. Then Zeke left the conversation. Now everybody else in the chat is obviously just like, first person's just like, did he just
Orchestrate
his own surprise party, said get on it, and then left.
Hey, but you know what though? Low key, on the lowest of keys, but come up a little bit to a little middle key. That's genius. Because that way you get to decide who's gonna be there. So it's not a surprise that such and such is here. You're like, oh, I don't really fuck with them. Fuck that. Put together the names that you want to be at this party, and that way you take the responsibility out of having to plan it yourself. Low key, genius.
Listen,
I'm feeling it.
closed mouths.
Don't get fed. That is. That's actually, damn, bravo. Kudos to Zeke.
Yeah, you can't be mad at someone. It's like, you want something? You got to make it happen.
Sometimes people need to know exactly what you want, and there's no better way of letting them know than to help them plan your own surprise birthday.
However, the only issue is the obvious issue of
the surprise.
Yeah, like it's yeah. So
no surprise.
That's the only like.
Do you like surprises?
Love surprises. I fucking love surprises.
I feel like to hear you've said you don't like surprises.
I do not like surprises.
Love surprising people. I don't think you understand.
What about being surprised?
I'm very rarely surprised, but when I am, I do quite enjoy it. It's very thoughtful.
What about something as big as a party?
Yeah, that's oh my god, I'm already crying.
I was
that's
surprised.
So thoughtful.
This year when Farron did that bowling thing, I was very surprised because she had reached out to so many people and reached out to so many of my friends that I didn't know she had contact with. I was humbled, shocked, surprised, and I almost teared up. I literally had to like hit my toe against something to get mad so I could fight those tears back, but I hit it too hard and I almost cried again. But yeah, I was.
Well, that was one of the most well done, well orchestrated surprise parties I've ever been a part of. Because you almost get used to it like kind of falling apart at the last few hours at least. You know what I mean? It's just like he knows, but blah 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 blah, or like she knows, and it's almost something where you're like, surprise. Did you know? Yeah, you knew. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's almost like you immediately check in because a lot of people assume that it can't get somebody dropped the ball. But when it's done right, I mean, that's crazy.
I was thoroughly surprised. She rented out like a whole bowling alley, like with like 4 lanes for me. It was a private room, 4 lanes. It was food. It was drinks. It was cake. They had our playlist going.
It wasn't food. It was good food.
Yeah.
And it's like parties they'd be skimping out on the food. It'd be just like stuff to eat, but it was like food.
Yo, it was literally one of the best moments of my life. It was super dope. I had never experienced
that's deep
anything because I put like people like I've been to a lot of surprise parties. I've helped with a lot of surprise parties, but no one had ever done a surprise party for me like that, like ever. And so the fact she took it up on herself, my friends were there. Like when Kev came in, I was utterly surprised. Pat pulled up, and I mean, like, I was completely thrown off. So it was super dope, super dope.
Surprises.
Yeah, I love a surprise. I love them so much. Every single time I go back home to Jersey, it's a surprise.
Do you have a favorite surprise in your head, just kind of clunking around?
Clunking around.
I mean, obviously, like my sister's proposal was the best fucking surprise ever. But
did you see it happen?
Yeah, I was there. I helped plan it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. She does poetry. So anyway, long story short, she performed her first ever poetry in like this big New York club, and then her fiance goes on stage and does a poem about my sister and proposes to her.
Oh,
and
she had no idea.
She didn't know she have any idea, but
I've seen one of your sister's
my mom also didn't know. So I was not only watching my sister being surprised, I was simultaneously watching my mother being like, "Oh my fucking god!"
Oh wow.
Yeah. It was very nice.
I love when Doriana's accent
I was
comes
just
out.
thinking that. Gad.
I was like, so my mother, she had never seen it either. It was crazy. Oh my fucking God. Somebody get the tomato sauce.
Sometimes when I talk to Dari, I feel like she's gonna be like, "All right, so boom." Like,
Yeah, I'm-
like
I'm like 6 different people.
the
Dead
Vinny
ass?
comes out
I am.
sometimes.
Dead ass like, yo, that nigga's a buck. He's done. He's a dud.
I
It's
know.
a
Well,
dud.
I'm also rewatching The
dud.
Sopranos again as we speak, which just exacerbates my Jersey accent.
You know what?
So-
I see you talking about that all the time,
know, because
and I meant to message you. First of all, don't hate me.
Oh boy.
Never seen an episode.
Oh well, that's all right.
Yeah.
Is this like one of your all times? Like you recommend
Yeah.
it?
Well, first of all, I mean it's not just my favorite show; it's a lot of people's favorite.
No.
show.
I've
It's
heard
like-
all the accolades.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I've
It's
heard
not
all
like
the
it's
things
not
about
just
it.
like don't know if you've ever heard of this show.
Yeah, check it out.
No, it's an amazing.
It's like
show.
White People's Wire.
Yes, I guess.
We're Italians.
Yeah,
Why?
Italian.
yeah. I don't feel like white is right.
Yeah.
And that wasn't just like a general blanket statement. But
That's-
it's not like a general blanket statement. Anyway, yeah, but no, it's imperative to. I mean, obviously, I'm from Jersey, and literally, like the butcher shop in the show was the butcher shop I grew up going to. So, you know. So,
Oh, really? In real life?
Yeah, like fun fact. Okay, fun fact. Okay, I'll tell you. So,
Love how hyped she got.
yeah, so the butcher shop in the beginning of the show, and you know, like when you watch it, and the pilot it's actually called Santana's Butcher Shop. It's the butcher shop that I grew up going to. It's one of my dad's closest friends. So my restaurant, that's where the meat comes from, is that butcher shop that's been there for like 100 years in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Shout out to Elizabeth, New Jersey, if anybody's listening.
Hey, Elizabeth. I've been
That
there a
part
couple
sounded like
times.
rap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
The fact that you also
Isn't it-
went to a butcher shop means you lived
Well, I
a
love
very,
butcher shops. I love
very
butchers.
different life.
I
it called
love
a-
butchers.
Elizabeth City?
Nah, it's Elizabeth. Just
Where did I go?
Just-
Like, I've been to Elizabeth, but I know it was something else that I went to.
regular schmegular Elizabeth.
Sopranos. How many seasons are there? Like 90?
6.
That's it? How
Yeah,
many?
yeah.
It's
The way it ended, though, had everybody in
it's just-
up
it's
in
just
cut
arms.
to black. Yeah, I
What
know
I
all the
really
like cinematic moments.
What I really like about the show, I mean, obviously, besides for me that it's Jersey and you know all that stuff is, you know, it's a dude who runs the mafia that goes to a therapist, and I think even just that
Is that the premise?
that's really the premise. And I mean, there's so much about mental health that I find to be so important, especially within the context of like the mafia, because it's so taboo to even talk about your mental health. So you know, just that is just so fucking dope. Plus, you just see like how everything just turns to shit.
It's so weird. Like Sopranos, as first famous as it is, it was not that prevalent in the black community. Like I could probably count on one
You
hand.
sure?
I mean, for me, I could count on one hand.
A lot of my boys fucking love The Sopranos.
Are
I
they
don't know
from the
any
East
black
Coast, though?
people that-
I think it makes a difference if you're from that area. Like,
That's
one
a good
thing
point.
one reason I didn't watch it growing up was because it was HBO and we didn't have cable,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
couldn't watch it like that. And then the older I got, when I did start watching series and catching up on stuff like that, I felt like The Wire just resonated with me more.
Yeah, I get that.
I got that more. Like, to be honest with you, I haven't watched The Godfather other than the first one. I didn't watch the second and the third one.
People don't really like the second and third.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh no, they don't like the third. I don't know the.
I don't know. I actually have. That's one of those. That's on my like bucket list. Is like make a lot of pasta and then have like a Godfather day where I just watch the Godfather.
Have you watched any of them?
No, none of them.
Oh, I thought you were like.
I want to like make
super
a
Italian. dip.
First of all, I'm Cuban for love. I just love The Sopranos because I love literally. Okay,
You don't have
bitch,
any
I
Italian
fucking
in you?
love-
Are you
no.
full Cuban?
100% Cuban. Both my parents were born and raised in Cuba.
What?
Woo, let 'em know.
I think it's just how
No.
you.
Well, first of all, I cook everything, but I cook a lot of Italian food, especially while watching The Sopranos. And Elizabeth, New Jersey is like I mean, if you're from Jersey, it's like there's just a lot of kind of Italian influence in how we talk and like, you know, I don't know.
I'm walking here. That was it.
Yeah,
Was that good?
exactly.
Hey yo, I'm walking here.
Fuck out of here.
Come on, gabagool.
Yes.
Whoa.
I think that might be my best accent.
Are you
Really?
serious?
You th-
Wow.
I mean, I'm not saying that was good. I'm just saying like.
Okay, that's
my
the
other
best that you have to
My
offer.
other ones are that bad. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's just. I mean, that's just how it is. I think you sold me. I think Sopranos is. I need something new to watch.
Bro, I don't know. I love it. It never gets old. So, and if you love like characters, there's a lot of great characters on the show. And again, it's not even glorifying it. It's really showing like, "Ooh, this isn't a good idea.
What?
Like mafia life and like, you know, like
Oh,
crime life. You'll see.
I feel like when you join the mafia, if you join the mafia, like it seems like a great idea, but like so much comes with it. It's such a quick learning curve. You're like, yeah, I mean, I can make a lot of money doing drop-offs and stuff like that. But the first time you see a murder or something like that, and you're a new person, they're like, so what are you gonna do, kid? You're like, oh, I'm not gonna say anything. You sure? Because I hate for your mother to swim with the fishes. You'd be like, damn, straight to that. I can't just pinky promise that I'm not.
And then
gonna
the
do
messed
it?
up thing is they'll probably just do it to be safe. And
Yeah.
even if you're like, yeah, I'm good, they'll be like, kill him.
Yeah. It's like
It's the most and it's so that's how I'd be feeling when I watch Narcos. Everything's unfair, but it's like, what you gonna tell? You
Yeah.
gonna call the cops? Like,
nothing will
everything's
work.
unfair.
Yeah, it's just like if you involve yourself with that, you know that.
Yeah, that's what you signed up
comes with
for.
it. That's it's a cold game,
I
man.
don't know.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
just like I have no mafia ties. Just want to
Okay, no, that's good to know.
Out there.
Yeah.
Definitely good to know. I definitely thought you were in
I mean,
the,
but if you need somebody to
the Italian.
just
I mean, the Cuban. There's probably a Cuban mafia,
yeah.
but for what we know, Dariany is not
Nope.
involved in the Italian.
Forget about
No
it.
time for crime.
I always liked how the Italian like mobsters like I don't know the aesthetic is dope. I always like
Oh,
how they
fuck
like
yeah.
how they like dress and like their
Yeah.
swag and stuff.
And it's always like they have a big belly, and you know, there's something about it. I mean, obviously Hollywood is
That is
romanticized
true
it.
because they always. It doesn't seem like they care about working out like that, but they be dressing to the T's. Like like gym life isn't like a big thing, but like when
No.
it comes to they need the best Italian suits and like the best fragrances and stuff. They just be like
Versace and all of that. It's like, but you can't fit that shirt.
yeah, but it's
That
like,
shirt
You
not
busting
supposed
out of that shirt.
Yeah, that shirt not supposed
every
to fit
mob
like that.
boss scene where they just got like the silk shirt that's expensive but horrible looking.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's, but it's it's Louis Vuitton. It's like all these weird colors and they got the chest hair out and they're just like, what do you mean you ain't got my money?
I feel like
Please work on the accent.
You know what
Oh my goodness.
What do you mean you ain't got my money?
no, that ain't it. Is it?
I iced
What
No,
are
no.
you,
Vinny last
what are
week.
you talking about?
I iced Vinny.
Well, first of all,
Don't
No.
get iced.
it's posture too. It's all about. It's not just. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
it's
This
just
guy.
bad. It's
This fucking
this
guy.
fucking guy right here. Hey, yo, forget about it. I
I
feel like
pizza pie.
Italians and Armenians are very similar in the way that they dress,
Mm-hmm.
how animated they are, and like how much cologne that they use.
Well, considering I'm from Jersey, where there's so many Italians, and I currently live in North Hollywood, that is fucking Little Armenia. I'm just not gonna say anything because I don't want that smoke.
I live in Glendale. That's actually Little Armenia. I live in Glendale. I live in Armenia. So that's why I can speak on it, because it's not like I'm
no, it's
on the
facts.
outside. Yeah, it's big facts. It's
It's
big
facts.
fucking facts. Because in St. Louis, there was an area in St. Louis called the Hill, and that was like a big Italian community too. And it was like literally 2 exits from my high school. So we used to go over there and eat and stuff like that. So I was like, they like cologne. So
Yeah, there's this one dude that lives in my building. I'm sorry to this one dude. I
smell it from your room?
know his schedule from the smell in the elevator. I'm like, oh, he was here.
I don't
10
want to
seconds
be
ago.
ever be that guy because
Yeah.
I've known people I've
A
smelled
little
after they
man,
got
too.
after the elevator.
A little man with such a big scent.
Such a big scent. Well, listen, a lot of times people do that when you don't, you don't know how to properly apply cologne, or you don't have the right cologne. So, if you've been thinking about making some changes to your personal grooming habits lately, maybe you should check out a self-care routine with Hawthorne, okay? Because Hawthorne is a premium tailored personal care brand that's marketing. It's super easy for guys to feel and smell their absolute best, okay? And Pat and I have both told you about our personal experience with this. We could talk to a blue in the face about this. It starts with just a quiz that asks you things like, what's your favorite drink? How do you like to spend the night out? Do you smoke? How do you think you are at a party? How do people see you? Like, they take all of these answers and they factor them into the results, and it was actually really, really a dope experience. From those answers, they create you 2 signature scents, one for work, one for play. And man, I mean, like, I love the fact that it's so unique. I love things that work exactly how they're supposed to,
custom.
and I love things that are custom, and I love things that are unique, and this has all of that, man. So the products that they have for you, cologne, body wash, lotion, they have candles, they have shampoo, they have a conditioner. There's
Candles?
they can have candles.
I didn't know they added candles.
Oh yeah, I got a couple of the candles.
Give it a visit.
Yeah, man. So if you're ready to upgrade your self-care routine, Hawthorne is a fun and convenient way to get super high quality products tailored specifically for your needs. Hawthorne takes all the risks out by giving you free shipping on your order and free shipping on returns. And if you don't like your products, they'll even retailor them for you based on your feedback. Now, no other cologne company is doing that. You can't open a package at Macy's, take it back a week later, like, yeah, this isn't really working with my skin. And they don't do it. Once you open that plastic on any cologne from Macy's or a lot of these stores, like, that is what it is. So do what I did. All right, take the Hawthorne quiz today. Get started on your personal self-care routine by going to hawthorne.co. That's HAWTHORNE.co, not com.co. Use the promo code DIYS and get 10% off your first purchase. Again, that's hawthorne.co and use the promo code DIYS and you will get 10% off your first purchase. One more time, hawthorne.co, promo code DIYS. Get your smell on, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty good.
Hey, man, how about you?
that was pretty good. I want to show you how far in the future we are via Google. This is a little tech update. Google introduced a new feature that allows you to determine the name of a song just by whistling or humming it.
Yeah, I feel like what was it? Was it Soundhog? It used to be something else. Shazam. Was it Shazam? I thought there was another one before next to Shazam that let you hum it first, and then Shazam got it.
Shazam seems like it picks up things that they add to the MP3 to recognize it. Because whenever you slow down or speed up a pitch, that's why whenever you go on YouTube and you type in a popular song that's not on the regular artist Vivo page, it might be like Drake and he sounds like a little bit pitched up or a little bit pitched down. They'll alter it so that you can't pick up on these fingerprints. That, like, copywriting has grown crazy on the internet. Like you can like tag videos and music to make sure that it's not being stolen and stuff. So I get that with the song because there's old songs that Shazam doesn't work for.
Yeah, that is the worst.
Yeah,
that is the worst
because it wasn't the technology yet. But for you to just whistle or sing it, meaning it's not the same performance or the same exact thing that was on the MP3 that it's recognizing. You're not really even hitting the right notes. It's not the same tone. It doesn't have the drums or anything or the instruments. It could still pick that up. Like, I don't get it, and I'm kind of scared.
1 second. Shout out to Never Fails because it was Songza. That's exactly what it was. SONGZA. Shout out to you because that Shazam didn't have it at first. Only Songza had it, and then Songza closed or the app folded or something like that, but Songza was the app that did that. Shout out to you, Never Fails, because legit I could not think of that.
Songza,
I never heard of that.
It was like orange and white. Never. Yeah, this was like 4 years ago.
I'm a Shazam girl. I have Shazam on my phone. I use it all the time.
Shazam was such a good app, it got a game show.
That is true. I think Apple bought it though, right? Didn't Apple buy Shazam?
Did it?
Because if you Shazam something now, it'll take you to Apple Music.
Store. Yeah, it was a bit.
They definitely have a deal with that. Yeah. That is a great fucking business move.
I mean, if you're trying to find a song, you're most likely gonna buy it when you find it. So, that just made sense. But yeah, that's
I'm happy
creepy.
You are, because I'm not.
Well, there it is. Never Fail says Google has acquired music streaming service Songza after weeks of speculation around a potential buyout circa 2014.
Thank you, Never Fails.
Yeah, Never Fails came through with it. But what happened to it though? Like, did they just change the name? Because I felt like it never. I don't know.
What never?
I never came back. I never saw it again.
Never gonna get it, never gonna
Another crazy update. Google is, obviously rolling this out, but Amazon is killing it. Have you seen the retail store?
Yes.
No.
The grocery store?
No.
Oh, please let me. We will put it up for you guys. Check this out. So somebody.
Wait, it's like open?
Yeah, this was open in Woodland Hills, I think. I think this is in LA.
Oh, well then I'm gonna have to go.
So
it's one up there by where is the studio?
So for everybody who's watching in the Patreon, you go in and you get what's called a smart cart, and it's a shopping cart that has an iPad touchscreen on it, and it's crazy. Like there's cameras all on the inside of the cart, and you can scan each item as you put it into your cart. And if you're getting produce, it actually has weighing so you can weigh it and get the price. And if you need to help, you can ask Alexa, who's set up at every aisle, and it'll tell you exactly where you need to go. So.
And then I'm guessing it's probably connected to your Amazon account, so you don't have to pay.
So
There's no checkout.
You just walk right out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The crazy thing is that
upset the people that use the self checkout.
Yeah, well, this is going to upset people who
I hate to be the
have
bearer of bad news.
jobs at grocery stores, because imagine, like, this is just proving that it can be done.
Oh yeah.
And now all you would need people to do is go in overnight and restock, or have people there to go out and restock, which means it's gonna like potentially affect a lot of jobs. But I think a lot of people still gonna prefer the peer-to-peer interaction. Like they're gonna enjoy. Like,
it'll be for like
I always do.
traditionalists.
I don't use. I guess I'm a traditionalist. I've never used self checkout. Once I did, and I got fucking pissed off, and I was like, I'm not doing this shit again. Yeah,
because it's complicated, or
because I just got annoyed, and then I got a bunch of like vegetables. I'm not weighing vegetables.
that's why. Yeah,
I'm not doing all that.
If it's not just the easy scan, the self checkout is kind of a dumb thing.
I don't mind. For the love of, call me crazy, but I actually enjoy human interaction.
yeah.
It's overrated.
No. Let me tell you, this pandemic made me, when we were initially so scared, and it was like masks and the 6 feet, like I missed that moment, the moment of making my grocer laugh, all those things. Like that is part of being a human.
I'm gonna be honest with you. One of the reasons we stay in the same area where we are was because of the grocery store. I'm so fond of the people that work there, and they've like looked out for us. And I know a couple of guys, they'll put stuff to the side for me. I'm like, yo, let's come in, look, and they'll let me know. And like, I don't want to have to go through that with a new grocery store. Like, I'm setting my ways now. I'm familiar with everybody there. It's walking distance before we move. It's walking distance. Actually getting closer now.
That's dope.
I don't want to move. Like, we know each other. We have a rapport with the people with the Starbucks in there as well. It's like, nah, I'm not doing it.
I'm telling you, once pandemic started, I was like, I'm the kind of person that like I'm interacting with people wherever I am. Mm-hmm. So like the fact that I felt like it was like we're scared of all humans, like that shit was whack, man.
Yeah.
It was,
there's obviously a lot of comments, because I was checking out what people overall think about it, and I think the most interesting thing is. Obviously, like you guys brought up, the one thing to bring up on the opposite of how great all of this is what about all the people who will be like, losing jobs over this and stuff like that. And that is very, very unfortunate. However, I did see a comment that put it in a different perspective for me. They basically said like technology moves in a certain way where it's like, yes, there are some unfortunate situations like restaurants or like, these big stores that are taking out mom and pop stores that have been serving like food and stuff to the community. That's completely tragic. But then there's stuff like this, the guy who I was reading the comment, he said that a lot of, grocery store could be like a temporary summer job or just like something that you were doing for the time being. And it's not necessarily like the most like crazy. I don't want to be like offensive or anything, because obviously these people are very needed, but like as technology advances, there are some jobs that are kind of like not as essential as, you know what I mean? And it's almost like how you feel bad for taxi drivers after Uber, but when you look at just like the system of how the taxi was and how much more convenient Uber is, it just makes sense. So it sucks, but it's like it's almost progress.
Like survivors of the fittest.
Yeah, it's
the fittest, and
exactly like in terms of that progress. Yeah, Uber should take the taxi company out because getting taxis were a hassle. If I do feel like technology will unfairly take a lot of jobs, but you do have to make room for progress. Yes, because this is also going to open up a lot of jobs within the warehouse and all that kind of stuff. So.
Again, for me, it's more human interaction that I actually relish. Like, I love making my grocer laugh. I love, you know what I mean? Like, I imagine if we really get to this place where everything is so done for us that all we need is technology, do we forget about needing people?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think that. I think it's somewhat of what both of you all said. I feel like there are going to be a lot of people, especially older people, who don't have Amazon, who are still going to go to the supermarket because that's what they know. They're accustomed to it. Right. And then they're going to be the younger generation, the more progressive generation, the people that are embracing the change that are going to make that switch. But I think that both of them will still be able to survive. I mean, we saw this years ago when the iPad and the ebook started coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were like, oh, this is going to cripple the newspaper industry and magazine. And it did. Some of them had a big hit from it. However, that was just the beginning, because now, like, look how ebooks have fallen off, like the Kindles and things like that, because everybody has everything accessible on their phone. Yeah. So it just keeps progressing. Like, you can fight this all you want to, but technology is not going to slow down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're talking about in, I think, 2025, like, I think Biden had plans to, like, stop the sale of gasoline cars. Like they are planning for the future. Like, nobody's like, yeah, let's slow it down, we're on a great shape. Like, no, man, we all want progression. Like, right.
It's funny though, because as much as we progress, we regress, because, like, so, you know, back in the day, you used to go to a butcher shop for meat, you used to go to a fishery for fish, you know, all the things were separated, and then now we have supermarkets or a Walmart or a Target. But now there's another uprising of butcher shops and all these things, because now people want, like, specialized things. So it's interesting how as we progress, we regress. And it happens with a lot of different industries. Yeah. The food one is a big one. I think, you know, the whole foodie culture has really kind of cultivated that. But it's so interesting how we see stuff like that.
That is cool.
How stuff like that happens when it's like, I know there's like a perfect example that I can't think of like, this is, you guys are just, oh, hello. When, you know, back in the day, all you listened to was the radio, right? And then the TV came out and, you know, music video killed the radio star, whatever. But now it's like, we have an idea. It's people talking, and they're called podcasts. Motherfucker, that's just the radio. That's AM radio.
That's true.
That's all the fucking
choosable radio.
I know, but I mean, that's also to say that, like, everything repeats itself too. Like, there's no, because, like, think about like when the Laserdisc came out after records, and they was like, oh, this is the end of records all the way, and then the cassette tape, then the CD, and then the MP3 is like, oh man, records would never come back, and then they just became collector's items, and then it became popular to have records. And now a lot of artists are still, like, if they had a good album, they will release a vinyl cut of it as well. So records are re-emerging, and people are going back out and buying record players, and now you have all of these new record player companies and Crossley and things of that nature coming back. Like, so I think everything repeats itself in moderation. Especially like if it catches a trend. Like, I saw a cassette player in Best Buy. And, like,
things are only not cool until they're cool again.
Yeah, like Urban Outfitters sells tapes.
That has Urban Outfitters written all.
Oh yeah, they sell.
I'll do you one better. We upgraded to wireless ear pods.
Thank you,
and
sir.
then people started losing them.
Thank you, sir.
And they started selling leashes, which is essentially putting the wires back on.
Remember, I was like, we're gonna make them smaller and smaller and smaller, and then it's like, no, actually, let's do Beats. They're fucking huge.
Oh, the Beats were giant. It was like having a second head.
It was like, no, they're gonna get so small. They're just, we can't have big ones.
It's wild because.
But it's so funny because people really act like they're reinventing the wheel, and I'm like,
this already happened. But you are right, because the more we progress with technology, the more the human interaction goes down. Even like little stuff like GPS. I don't know how to get anywhere in my own city.
Not a damn place.
Because I have GPS. As soon as that turns off, I'm lost.
I'm dead.
And people back in the day either needed a map or they needed to know where everything was. And it's like, it even goes down to talking to people. People don't really know how to talk to strangers as much. You know, obviously, you know, people don't know how to talk to a girl they're interested or a guy they're interested because they're used to in person, because they're used to, you know, texting or hiding behind DMs. Like, a lot of that stuff did affect us socially. However, I'm here for convenience when it's needed. Like the grocery store, there is some pretty good human interaction there. But you also have to think, like, some of those checkout lines are hell on earth. You're waiting for somebody to put down 30 things and you have 3. God. And then it's like, oh, I know everybody's been in that situation where the person in front of you had an issue paying or an issue with their card or something, and you're just like sitting there watching the line you almost went to go like crazy. I always do that. I always, like, down to the person, like, damn, that guy, I would have been behind this guy. So he just left and I'm still 4 behind. Like, I didn't realize I did that till just now. But I am down for the convenience.
But just to give you some perspective, God, these are first world problems.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For the love of baby Jesus.
yeah,
We're such
if you
pieces
compare
of
it-
shit.
If you compare it to
But
genocide,
let's talk about how much we're
Hold on, wait.
Shit.
I get that these
hate
are
when I'm in
first.
line, and I
But
have
we're-
14 items, and the guy in front of me has 12, and he takes longer.
don't try to make me sound like that.
Here's the thing.
I'm just saying, I'm
We
just
are
keeping it
talking
real.
about
Like,
technology advancing.
And not only that, we're talking about what's relative to our location. Like geographically, you are automatically concerned with what you're affected by and what you're affected with. So I get the whole first world problems, not because I've said it before, but at the same time, it's like, well, these are the problems that I'm faced with on a daily basis. Like I still would love to end world hunger, and I still would love to, create world peace. However, like my immediate things, these are the things that I see every day on a daily basis, unless I go to a news site or another outlet. So I don't, like the first world problems. Yeah, I get it, but it's like, nigga, I'm in the first world. These are still my problems because this is where I'm at.
yeah.
That's that's how to make a room full of people feel like shit, is just to say first world problems.
No. It's
and now
just
it's
to
like,
ground us and make us
now it's like,
go.
I don't
Wait
want
a
to talk about
second.
this anymore.
You right. You right. I can afford to buy food. Let me
check my ego.
As I check out, let me check my ego
Yeah.
at the same time.
Well, things are changing, Dariany. I'm sure you can still find somebody in the store to make laugh.
Always.
So you don't. I mean,
Always.
sucks for that cashier who's not going to get the laugh every single time, but I think you'll be happier in this new Amazon Fresh.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I probably fucks with it. Well, even though
This whole time, I just want to see the smile on my
I
grocer's
do,
face.
I like human interaction for the love of, except for the shitty ones.
Yeah.
Those,
There are some
those just get stink faces.
People don't talk about the shitty human
It's a lot of them. I talk about it a lot, but it is what it is. Anyway, I think that's been another episode.
That has.
It's been another episode
You said, I
of.
think that's been.
I said that because I didn't know if you had another one. And
No,
I was
no,
just
no,
like
that's it.
easing
Another
into
one?
it. Okay. All right. Well, another story. I just want to make sure I wasn't cutting them off on another story. So.
Oh, that was a good one to go out.
All
on.
right, well, cool,
Amazon Fresh. Technology is advancing. That's a cool little message to end on.
All right. Well, listen, guys, we appreciate y'all watching. Thanks for watching another episode of Damn Internet You Scary. Want to thank our amazing guest, Dariany, for pulling up with us, having a good time, sharing her thoughts and her views on everything we talked about. As always, shout out to the Scary Squad. We appreciate y'all tuning in with us and all of you guys watching this on Thursday. You guys are much appreciated. I've been Tahir more.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
Daria, before we get up out of here, Dariany.
Who's Daria?
Do you have anything coming up that you want to tell people to look out for?
Yes. So my show is called Struggle Gourmet. It's on Fuse.
Come
it
on.
just aired.
Come on.
I got 10 episodes.
Let's
It's
go.
me and a celebrity. We make a traditional struggle meal, and then we make the most expensive, bougiest, most elaborate version of that same meal. And it's fun, and it's delicious, and it's delightful. It's on Fuse at 11:30.
Did the first episode just
Episode aired on Tuesday. Follow
Okay.
me at Dariany Santana, and then I can just let you know everything that you need to know. Thank you, guys.
It is.
Struggle Gourmet?
Yodelay.
All right, guys. We will see you next week. Later.
Peace.